Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode of MotoGP 21 Career. Now today we have some upgrades on the M1 before we go to Mugello. We finally have gotten the better reactivity from the frame, so we should have a slightly more playable bike at the moment and going to Mugello with all them long flowing S-bend corners. We're going to have a great time. Up next I'm going to go with the engine braking one just because I feel like I'm slightly struggling to make overtakes in Jerez and Le Mans, definitely, as well as the earlier rounds where my pace wasn't amazing. I just couldn't get the bike stopped, so I'm going to go with engine braking just to give myself a bit more mechanical braking forces, and hopefully that'll just give me a little advantage, and then we can focus more on mechanical. So pretty nicely that'll actually work out that we'll arrive with that part for the test. So when we go to the Barcelona test in 2 weeks time, we will have the new engine braking upgrade I should say. So that'll be nice to test there. We have a bumper part of the season here now. Every week up until the summer break we're going to be in action, but today let's go to Mugello. So we're here in FP2. We are down in P17, 0.8 off, really nearly 9/10 off, and struggling. I must admit it doesn't feel amazing. The new chassis, or the new tweak to the chassis, very little feedback from the bike through all of these high flowing sectors, so I'm not really too confident. The rear end is very light in braking and is pushing me into a lot of corners. So we've tried to adjust that as small, but made a few setup tweaks. We felt like I made a step, but lap time just isn't coming. So unless I can find something the last 10-20 minutes of this session, it could be another venture into Q1. As you just saw, we got a beautiful toe across the line and we have basically smashed A1 out of the park. Gone with a hard front medium rear at the end of the day. It's free practice here, and I must say really's helped my feeling with the bike. So maybe if I can make a hard front tyre work for the race, it definitely is an option. We tried a soft when we pushed for a lap time last time round, and it really just didn't. The bike didn't feel amazing. The medium doesn't feel great either. That hard temperature in it, the wear wasn't too bad. I suppose one lap, that's quite a lot, but just the overall speed I had with it was really what's interesting. So that might be something we need to look out for in qualifying. Might run the same front tyre again, as I only have 2 front hard tyres all weekend, which is a bit limiting considering I find them so fast. So the results here in FP2 kind of flatter me, to be really honest. I don't actually have that sort of speed. That outright one lap was proper perfect lap for me, and I had a real nice tone of Laces Spagaro, so I must say he just kind of helped me throughout the lap. He just, in everywhere I needed a bit of a mark, he was there. So maybe the race speed when I'm in the group, it might be a bit better, but I don't think I'll be able to pull out a 44 again in qualifying. But with 20 minutes ago there, I was struggling and we up topping the session. So once again, kind of one good lap of a Friday usually bails us out, and that can really affect our weekend. So we stick with the front that we used in Friday. So we're going to go and see can we find out after we've stuck a soft rear in, hoping basically just to find a bit of speed off the edge of the corners with the soft front. So here we go. Let's see what we can do in qualifying too. So our first run done here, 45.2, so about 0.4 off we did yesterday. Front tyre went slightly cold, but again, so much better feeling when I have that front on, so I might have to risk it in Sunday's race just to make sure that I get a bit of temperature into it and stuff. But looks like Quattro on for a personal best lap time and session best at the moment, same with Pecco. So maybe now it might need to find a small bit more time, but that really felt a decent lap with the soft rear. Really got chewed up though. So Fabio pips me with a brilliant 44.7. That is a tenth and a bit quicker than I managed to go in Friday afternoon, so he finds sensational amount of time as always in qualifying. Maverick on the factory M1 down in 9th, not really living up to his bar since Franco on Lash's bike is also in top 5, so it looks like a decent track for the Ducati and the Yamaha. So it's going to be a tough race because them Ducati's going to be quick, they're going to be hard to overtake if we get behind one, and there is one on the front row starting alongside me. So we're going to go hard front, medium rear. The engineer recommends medium in these conditions, but I just have the feeling with the front so much better with the front hard. And to be honest, the temperatures are probably leaning towards kind of a bit of a split decision between a medium rear and a hard rear. I've gone with the medium just because I feel like when I put the hard rear, I get a lot of just lack of drive, and on a track like this, we need to kind of keep yourself in the game by just keeping with the AI and stuff. It's going to be very difficult, I feel, even if I have a hard rear end. I think the medium will just be okay. Might suffer the last few laps, but we're hoping it'll be okay, and we should be okay. The front is pretty okay, it's the rear we're just a little bit concerned about.
Not long to go now until the Italian Grand Prix here in Mugello, one of the most challenging and spectacular tracks in the entire championship.
Here we go. It's a decent-ish launch. Just hold position behind Fabio. I'll try and sneak into the lead early. A good run. Oh, we just give him the space. As he turned across us, oh, big mistake from Fabio. That was almost him down. Get amazing drive there. Into the lead we go after the mistake from him. Oh, a little small nudge from behind on the way in, and again. Oh, big dive from Fabio into Casanova. That really caught me off guard. Trying to manage my rear as best I can. Have a look down into Scarperia, but we actually missed the gear, and that might cost us the Miller. Thanks, we just worked it out. We're just pulling a small gap early here. I have to make sure I get right into a slipstream on this straight here as we cross to start the first full lap done. We had an amazing drive, good bit of slipstream. Just run out a small bit of steam before we got the overtake, but we're kind of pulling already on Jack Miller, so I'm pretty content. If he can keep the speed up, I'll sit behind him and we both just run away. And kind of hope we get a 1-2. Can't imagine the last time Yamaha got a 1-2 here at Mugello. Must have been Rossi Lorenzo era if we're going to be able to do that. And we get great drive out there, but he gained so much back on entry. So I feel pretty comfortable here. The hard front has revolutionised this M1 over the weekend for me. To be brutally honest, it's one of those tyres I've probably wanted to run every race again, but just temperatures and conditions have never been really up to it. Wearing again a bit premature than I'd like, but the feeling is there, so hopefully, like in previous runs when I have run it, it does stay with me to the end. Now, there is bridging a bit of a gap, so I need to up the ante a small bit here as we go into lap 3 in a second. Here comes Jack, into the side of he goes. Very unnecessary. We've absolutely destroyed the inner portion of our tyre. Don't have the quickest bike, but we did get good eggs. I think he had to he got balked a small bit by the run he got himself when he tacked this side of me, so thankfully we hold P2 for now, but we are just losing a small bit of time to Fabio in the lead, so I need to just get on the back wheel of him again, but I think sector 1 is my sector. That was a big moment on the curb. Even though he was so much rear tyre and not even half race in, it's pretty much half worn on the inner and outer bands of the tyre, which is not good. A very tidy lap behind Fabio here. I think we're probably going to set one of our faster laps of the race. We have used a lot of rear tyre to get here though, which is a bit of a worry. Fast lap to me, and then Miller takes us, so it looks like Jack behind is on the move. We've a few laps to go here. Miller is quick in some parts, same with Fabio and same with me, so it's going to be very hard to win this one. Sector 1 is where I'm trying. You can see it close on Fabio. See as well, trying to sit the bike right up every time, just to get the bike on the centre part of the rear tyre where I can use the power. Edge grip is not a thing at the moment. One feels good. It's warm, the temperatures are good, and it's feeling good, giving me good correspondence underneath me, so I don't feel an issue there. I'm just a little bit worried about the rear grip on the last couple of laps when I need it. Miller again, still holding on there, still doing a very good job on third. Fabio goes deep in most of these S-bends, which gives me a small bit of time back and allows me to make this V squaring off lines to the point where I can just save a bit of rear tyre. See these long hanging corners. Jack comes really in aggressive. I was cutting back for late apex, in all fairness. Don't feel very good through BMW 1 and 2, but it feels very lethargic. Try and square this off as best I can. Good drive. Go right away from Miller through there. To the line. Look at that gap. Nearly 20,000 of a second across the line. He fights back, but he's going to go wide, surely. Doesn't go as wide as I thought. He'll lose the front in the corner, trying to defend and attack. He holds it there. That's only going to bring Miller into it. I'm going to expect a red Ducati on screen any second now. He's there. Fabio's a touch wide. I'm wondering, is Fabio now struggling with the hard front and rear? Or hard, I think he had hard front, actually medium rear, so we have the same rear tyre, so equal conditions. Jack has to look into Arabiata 2. That was an aggressive place to overtake. Thankfully, fails out of it. We go touch wide though. That pretty much leaves Jack through, and it does. We're going to hold it through Baggio. Try and get the run around the outside into Aranthio, where we get a small touch from Jack, and we're a bit wide now. We just make sure that the other Ducati doesn't come through, and it does. I get to cut back around the outside for BMW 1. Get the run through BMW 2. I'm going to start the penultimate lap. I'm going to really need to get Miller back because I need to get on the back of Fabio. Very, very good run. Look what I did there to Zarco. Just about can get alongside Jack. Tire break him. He fights back. Is he going to go wide? I'm counting on it because I'm going to turn in and try and take the tight sweeping line, which he does. We get P2 back. Now we have a lap and 3/4 to get ourselves ahead and into the lead for the first time in today's race. Trying to roll this M1 through these corners now just to get to the back of Fabio. My teammate is doing a splendid job. I'm going to use a bit more tyre now. You can see we're under by a massive amount. We're actually all, as I feel, probably bunching up though, which is strange. You imagine at this point, since we're kind of pushing on the speed, you'd imagine we're all stretching out, but it's like the top 6 or 7 are all coming together. Probably the best I've taken. BMW 1 and 2. Very, very out of control into the final corner. We're going to have to see if we can get a good run and take the lead on the last laps. Third track limit warning and a poor exit. Don't get the fast lap and lose by a small bit. We don't get the lead either. Oh, it's just not wanting to turn out. This is not what you need at Mugello. And we surprise him into next left hand on the brakes. Covers it off nicely. Don't have the brake performance going on the outside, but he looks a bit deep. He is. Can we get him into Casanova? No, once again, nothing doing. He's wide though. Maybe into the first of the Arabiatas. Going through there, we're gaining a bit. Just gonna hold station for now, I'm not gonna try anything. We're going out of there. Not good enough though. Oh, we get very, very much dragged into the wake and the slipstream into the corner there with the aero. Cross the car, not too sure about that long, the warning to be honest. Oh, we're slipping and sliding. Going to go max power out to the line. Can we out drag him? Much similar runs. We're going to use the slipstream. Oh, he's pretty slow. Very slow. Wonder is he low on fuel? We win the race in the end, but man, he was very slow as we got into 5th, 6th gear.
This will take us to the podium to see the award ceremony. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the final ranking of the MotoGP class.
So we end up winning that one by less than 1/10 of a second. The top 5 between me and Pecco, 0.8 of a second, which is absolutely crazy. If you look at the lap times from me, Fabio, Jack Zohan, and Johan Zarco, not Zohan, and Bagnaia, all again within a couple of tenths. So actually, Fabio looked like he had the slowest lap time overall, so it clearly wasn't the quickest out on the Sunday, which is actually a bit unlike him, to be honest. And it's going to be very good for our championship because we're going to gain a couple of points back, 5 points exactly back on our championship leader so far. And it's still a 1-2-3 for the factory Yamaha team in the championship. So that really is a real solid result.
This victory is the cherry on top of an exhausting weekend. If his team keeps working like this, it will be really difficult for his opponents to overtake him.
So that is where we're going to leave it for the Italian GP. Another victory on the M1. And a couple of upgrades on the way, so we're making progress. Still a bit of a margin to my teammate, and my whole overall weekend just isn't perfect at the moment, but we are putting in a good start to season after a very opening start to the season. A bit of a rubbish one, to be honest, so it's all good at the moment in the factory M1. 1-2-3 in the Riders Championship. We have a team championship lead, manufacturers lead, and we look like we are closing in on a personal side on Fabio. So hopefully, as we go to Barcelona next, one of my all-time favourite tracks, that we can get another very strong result. And then we have the Barcelona Tech. So that will be a very good couple of rounds in the next few episodes. So look forward to that. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, drop a like down below. Subscribe to see more. I should catch you all in a future video. Thank you for watching. Slán go fóill.